I want to hit this Facebook Live. It's brutal truth, brutal reality of what Canada really is, what Canada's always been. Very well understood by Donald J. Trump, the GOP, the Republicans, today known as MAGA. They know what Canadians are at the root. They've seen this all over the world. Unfortunately, Canadians, you have no clue what the USA lives and breathes every day of their life, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, non-stop. The world, as it really is. It's called the United Nations Security Council. 5 permanent members who never leave. Their job is that council, the entire world in peace and security, non-stop. Every report, every country they take in, they absorb. While the rest of us have no clue. Zero, zip, zilch. People run the United States down, which brings me to a very, very important person I tagged in this video for everybody. A slap in the face, a slap in the head to Canadians to wake up. You are institutionalized. Is this an east-west difference in Canada, coast-to-coast difference? No. I'm going to give you a story from a good friend of mine, a bored American, an American whose father was a military man from the United States, and his father moved around a lot. He's American, grew up American, but that age came where his dad got restationed and it brought him to Canada. In fact, Western Canada brought him to Alberta. My friend Mike told me a story years ago now. He reminded me of it last night after my Twitter space as I was doing battle with a lot of folks with this false sense of nationalism and the country's salvageable, and if we just go this route, everything's going to be okay. We can do it without USA. We don't need them. This is institutionalization, sickness of the worst kind. A sickness America knows all over the world. Like I said, they deal with it 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, non-stop, minute by minute. Canada hasn't even been on that council now for over 2 decades. We're so warped and perverted. Our politicians are so lost and screwed, twisted, warped in this illusion that they think everything belongs to them. That's their power, their authority. How dare the United States tell us? If we are talking about goodbye USA, as I heard from Premier Daniel Smith, and we're going to have new trade routes out to the world, what's that world look like? It's China. That's our only choice. If you're going to leave USA, you must pick a new partner of equivalency. That's China. So when it's Daniel Smith or out there in Atlantic Canada, premiers talking about we've got to strengthen our ties to China or the world stage, that's what they're talking about. That's who they're talking about. And Canadians are, duh, you're transitioning to communism. You hate America in majority that much. You're institutionalized into it. And now we're going to get into my story revisited. And I put Mike Phillip 2 crosses in the post, and I go with 9/11, 2001. Yeah. I'm going to tell you the story about Mike. His father, a military man, like I said, grew up American, born in America, breathes American in his heart, raised and schooled in that. But he hit that age, he hit that teenage years. Dad moved out, new military service brought him to Alberta, where he built his life, all of his Americanism inside him. And he functioned well, he did. And then he learned the awful truth right there in Alberta. And I remember this day too. Me and Mike talked about this more than 8 years ago today, as I met him again in Leduc, where it happened to him. And I too was just beside Leduc in Nisku. He was working in a shop in Leduc, 2001. I'm working in a shop in Nisku, 2001. And the news comes over. USA's been struck, the tower's been hit, lives lost, towers coming down, all of it, all of that horrific attack on America. And Mike's on the phone with his then senior father, long since retired, and his father's just devastated. Military man, loves America. Mike's devastated. And he had to leave his shop and take that call from his father. It was critical, it was brutal. And Mike returned. This is Leduc, Alberta, conservative land. And Mike told me this story 8 years ago. He returns back into the shop, staggered, shocked, whatever. And what does he hear amongst the shop? Albertans. Those fucking Americans, they had it coming. They were due. They think they're this. They think they're that. That's what was the first reaction in the shop. And when I talked to Mike, honestly, those 8 years ago, as I talked today, I remember the shop I was at, and it was the same thing out of the mouth of many Albertans. Tradespeople, office staff, management alike, those were the conversations during the stand down. That America, and people were actually, they finally got taught a lesson. Like they deserved it. It was time to see them. They gritted in. That's Albertans. Mike's always known this. A real American amongst us. Worked in Alberta, built a company, built a business around that. Entrepreneur, very spiritual guy. All of that, America's still in his heart, beat strong. All he's ever wanted is the 51st state. This guy is the real deal. He gave me my radio shot. Okay, independence, great, Alberta, and he supported me, allowed me that stage, allowed me to reach out to America and go on radio to thousands of Americans to hear our story in Alberta. But he had already told me that story, but he knew at the heart of Canadians, they hate Americans. Not purposefully, but that's how they've been raised. Somehow, in our system, that's what comes out of us. By the time we graduate school, that's what we know, we feel, and we look down on Americans. We think less of Americans. We hate Americans naturally. Naturally. We think we're better. I know this to be true. I'm not that way. I've conditioned myself and my own education, but I know at the heart of just Albertans, never mind me out here in the GTA, where everywhere I go, there isn't a pub, a business of majority that reflects the institution of UK, the Crown. It is cemented here. It is pounded into the everyday Eastern Canadian, Ontario, Quebec, those crown, the French crown, the British crown, all day long. And there is hatred, an underlying hatred towards the United States. If this is Alberta in its truth, what do you think the overwhelming truth of Ontario and Quebec are? Oh, you know what the truth is. You know in your heart of hearts, you know Mike's story. What I know to be true, if you want to be honest with yourself. And beyond that, we're now faced with tariffs and everybody, Trump did this. And one side is, Trump's the bad guy. The other side, the other radical side, this right side, supposedly, of an autocracy up here and the people down here. And we're way up here, which means there's no fucking people. And this is an emotional post. This is me just had it with how people react. Liberals have flipped Ontario and Quebec in just slim minorities, very slim. It's just a few ticks above, enough to effectually change 40 seats. Like it was enough just 2 weeks ago to drop the Conservatives down 40 seats. A movement of nearly 80 seats, really. We're talking 70-some seats from their historical low of 69, or 67, sorry, just a few weeks ago. They're nearly at 130 seats today. A huge surge that I've watched straight beeline. And why is that? Let's see. Free stuff. Oh, tariffs, help me. Bail me out. Fix me, give me free money. Put it on the taxpayer purse. Make the subjects pay. Bail out my businesses. And then you go to all the poverty class. Give me all these perks. Make me have everything free. Trudeau's going to deliver that. Carney will deliver all of it. That's what they do. We're going into tough times. The answer for the average Canadian is not to go, whoa, hold the horses here. We're heading straight towards communist China. Hello, alarm bells. America don't want to trade with us in our system anymore. They're saying, no, we're done with that bullshit. Get rid of your bloat, your crap. Work with us, and you can't because of your corrupted system. We're telling you, your system is so far gone and corrupt, you have one choice. 51st state, we'll give you that. We'll give you that straight over. We'll be your federal government. We'll reduce all your bloat, and we'll give rewards back to the people, give tremendous powers back to the people. And Canadians, without a doubt, in a mass majority, no, I'd rather be a communist. I'll go to China before I'll go to any filthy fuck America. I hate Americans, everything about them. I want them all to die. That's the truth. Underlying of every single Canadian at some level, you've got that. You don't know why. You don't know why the barb ticks, but you're ready to march your ass over to China. And let me tell you about China. You have nothing but a serious trade deficit with China. In fact, the whole world. And UK plays the game. UK plays a game with you. They say, oh, don't worry, we give you all these services. You give us all those resources. You're doing right, well, right? No, because the services are bullshit. But Canadians don't want to see that either. No, it's not true. It's okay, I'll bail out all my banks. It's okay, they can operate any way they want. Put it on me. Put me in shackles, whip me, beat me. Master, Lord, I hate America. I don't want to be free. That is the majority Canadian, coast to coast and everything in between. You can call yourself conservative. You can call yourself liberal or Labour. You can call yourself Green. You can call your I'm People's Party of Canada. We're just going to make a republic now that's exactly our monarchy transferred to the crown. You know, exactly like most countries in Europe. Yeah, nationalism, National Socialist, Fascist, and just transfer the crown to the Prime Minister and have a president, right? Or reverse. President's the crown, Prime Minister, everything that's in the Constitution and all the crown power transfers to one of those titles, you know, like all the other European states. They're doing so great, right? Not doing good at all. And Canadians can't get themselves out of it. Why? Because you've been programmed in your social studies. You've been trained. People say, we're turning socialist. Social studies. What do you learn? We're a mixed social economy. China claims that too. They say they're mixed too. Well, we're communist by title, but it's like military free enterprise, you know. And Canadians have believed this forever. I went to school here. I know the truth. I know what I was taught. It's socialized. It's a mixed economy. It's normal. We're not really like that. We're just socialism. Don't worry. And we can really range to an extreme rate. So extreme, in fact, we're more higher taxed than communist China. Oh, no, it's not true. We have less land availability than communist China. No, it's not true. It's normal. Don't lie to me. Wow, look at the density of the United States. You can't even find a state that even represents half your density in Canada. Keep stacking more and more and keep all that land available to the wealthy elite, all attached to the crown and all the kingdoms of the world, the old world that our ancestors has tried to escape from. All of us have roots in that respect if you're multi-generational in this country. That's why your families came here, because they were sick of being on the Lord's land. Slaves, serfs, peasants. You call it what you want, subjects of an evil crown. But yet here you are lining up. Hands out, help me, just like COVID-19. People lie to themselves. You lie to your fucking self at the core of your soul. You say you're religious, a lot of you. And this isn't just Christian. This is all the other kingdom garbage that came here. So don't think it's not just Christians, because it's Muslims, it's Jews, it's all of them. They've all been church under state for a very, very long time. America don't enshrine that shit. They never have. That's why they had a successful war of independence. That was not the religions that fought that war. None of them. Why? Because they are written exclusively for the government and the government's supreme power. And, well, there's a God and you got to be good and you got to do all these things, but worship the politicians. It's totally different. Don't read the Ten Commandments that all three of those mainstream religions absolutely enshrine. But it's totally different. It's like the crown. It's ceremonial. It's ceremonial. Canadians hate America, hate the idea of it. We're good here. We're so good, in fact, we're going to follow Venezuela. Donald J. Trump doesn't know what he's talking about. Donald J. Trump calls us snow Mexicans. Why? Well, because you will do what everybody else did in Venezuela. Oh no, help me, master government, who now has lost their best trading partner in the entire world, getting a fair return on their resources, a major surplus like nobody else in the world. Venezuela, we want more, we want this, you're going to do what we say, and if not, we're going to have trade agreements all over the world. We'll go around you assholes. How did that work for Venezuela? How did that work for Venezuela? And how well did Venezuela get a good return on their products since? How well did they do with China? Oh, they didn't. They didn't. In fact, none of those socialist countries that are beholden to China are doing any well at all. They're all third world status. Those who did break and went the American route, who had the best times of their lives. We can look all over the world. 70s for Iran, everyone wearing bell bottoms, flashy shirts, open, the gold, the chains, the hair. Everyone has a different hairstyle. Look at them today. Canadians, you're different though, right? No, you got this. It's totally different. I'm lying. You're lying, Dave. You're lying to me. It's not true. No, we're different. We're totally different than all the others before us. Many different races, many different cultures, creeds, but they shared one thing in common. They spit in the USA's face, and they turned around and said, we're going to do it better with the socialist countries or full-on communists. We'll show you. They haven't shown them shit. In fact, they're people mostly displaced, in absolute poverty, barely with anything to eat. But don't worry, right? It's better to vote Liberal because you guys don't believe so many of you will, even out west. Oh no, Dave. No, it's not true. You mean just like 9/11? and all those, yeah, those fucking Americans finally got what they deserved. I heard it. Mike, an American, heard it at his shop just 3 kilometers away from my shop. We didn't know each other at the time. But when he shared that story 8 years ago, that triggered my story on the shop I was at. And I remember those exact same stories. And like I did 8 years ago, I said to Mike, yeah, that's true, man. That is sick. That's twisted. It's, I don't know. And I went on my mission. I did Alberta independence. It didn't work out. Why? Because of the institutionalization. People will, no, I want free stuff. The government promised me stuff. Anything but tariffs, just like COVID. Anything but lockdown. Give me the money. Keep me running. Keep me fed. Borrow against my children. I don't care. It's about me right now. I don't want to face the truth. I don't want to face the reality. We can't trust Pierre Poilievre. Oh, no, we can't. We know the Liberals will hand out the money. They'll borrow against the children of tomorrow. I'll eat my own children to survive. I'm Canadian. You don't think that sick socialist fascist perversion is instilled in our hearts across the board? That our supposed religious and Christian values and Muslim and Jewish values, and we can go on and on, there's lots. If you think those are reigning supreme in Canadians, I'm sorry. Go look at the polls. No, it's a lie. It's propaganda. It's not true. I don't care how accurate they've been. I don't care. Trump made this happen. He called it out because the United Nations Security Council has seen this over and over and over again. What did I tell you? 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, every minute of the day. No break for America. No break for those 5 allies. They live it, breathe it every day. And you can read every resolution, every history of all 80 of these countries that many today, most, a whopping majority, are still in the socialism, still in the autocracy, still living like shit today. Because they don't want to face the truth. They can't find it in themselves. It's always, oh, somebody else take care of me. Somebody else. I don't want to pay attention. Just give me today. Me. I. Me. I. And we raise children, and we know if you've ever had a child in your life, if you're a real parent, you're Canadian, you're a parent, when you have those children, and that's of you. I watched my 2 girls born. I was there for both their births. Bonded with them instantly. Those, like how holding them in your arms. There's nothing I wouldn't do, not a mountain I wouldn't climb for those girls. I love my children more than anything, my own life. And that's the time that you got to shed the narcissism. You should. A lot of people do, at least at that level. And they work, they provide for their families. They make all the sacrifices in the world. But yet, in the face of the narcissistic, sick fuck government, these same people, me, just keep it going, I can't face it. And it's like, wow, you just reverted right back into their narcissism. You eat it, spoon to mouth. Over 22% of our population has got the hand out right across Canada. Help me, government. Anything, I'll vote for you. That's not going to change. Then there's an upper 20% that can pass back and forth, but they'll go by which crown will serve my needs the most now, today. And if folks don't believe that's the Liberals and the free stuff, the COVID handouts, the bullshit, sacrifice all your freedom, all your rights for that corrupted government just to have free stuff, eat the children of tomorrow, because that's who you're robbing blind. That's whose life you're destroying. You're eating your own children. You're not going without. You're not making the sacrifices. You refuse to do that. You're going to eat your own children. And that's why you're voting Liberal. That's why you're doing it. Would it matter, Pierre Poilievre? No, it wouldn't matter. It's not going to matter. But a lot of people recognize Trudeau means free stuff. Trudeau means to rape that middle working class that's not even middle, because why? In Canada, we don't define it, everybody. There's no law, there's no rollout. USA does. They define it absolutely. This is middle class. This is poverty. This is somebody who's in the rich elite. We have a number, we peg it, because all Americans are equal and everyone has a right to know the truth, and we should value those things. Canada says, well, we'll change it as the Crown sees fit. Oh, no, you're all doing good work and you're living right. Just keep paying your taxes. I'll keep borrowing against you and your children. Your children are really fucked. You will own nothing and be happy. Yes, anything, master. Just keep feeding me. Feed me. And you're that pig in the trough. Your bones are starting to show since COVID now. The portions are smaller, but it's easier than going after. It's easier than going after your freedom. It's easier than facing that initial, oh my God, my world's going to come to an end as I've always known it. I just want my horse blinders on. Whip me, master. Yes, master. March of death, master. And you're sitting there like the frog in the pot, boiling. It's getting hotter and hotter. Bubbles are popping up. This isn't a hot tub anymore. You're starting, your skin's more than red. It's pre-blister. It's coming. You're starting to feel going, but you know what? It's okay. It's okay, because they're going to turn it off any minute now. Just keep it going a little longer. That is at the heart of what's wrong with Canadians. It's multi-generational. They've perfected this over and over. UK and their crud, their propaganda. Look at the island of UK. Look at the average United Kingdom person. Lives in their shit island. Living like shit. Townhouses, most rent. This is your future, Canadians. Living like shit and squalor. Tax to the ever-loving Jesus. UK is higher tax than we are. And they accept it. There are frogs who boiled a long time ago. It's too late for them. You could turn off the pot, but guess what? The damage is done. They're going to die of their wounds. You're this close. The bubbles are popping. And Donald J. Trump knows you better than you know yourself. And he's saying, I'm cranking up the burner. We're not playing this game anymore. I'm going to have you for lunch. I'm going to have you for lunch. It's time you go Venezuela like everybody else. The free ride is over. You love your China. We know. We know you're nothing more than fucking snow Mexicans in their mind. And this isn't a lash out at Mexico, but it's a truth. A truth of living third world and accepting the boiling pot. That they could get out of too, but they're accepting it. But Canadians are no different. If we start looking at the South American experience, Canada will go just like they all went. USA gave you a long chance to get it right, and you chose not to. By April 15th, 2026, people don't understand what's happening here. Sure, Americans are going to feel a bite, but Trump's rolling out tariffs. He's hitting Canada, Mexico. He even redid his executive order on March 2nd. Thank you, Lindsay Miller. I got that. He amended it. It even says the northern border. That's Canada. Without saying Canada, he doesn't have to. I already know the P&P program that Canadians, no, I don't want to hear it. It's not true. My premier is excellent. It's all Trudeau. But yet the government's voting for Trudeau. Premiers are all behind him, 8 out of 10. What happened to Conservative Liberal? What happened to it? What happened to Daniel Smith? Oh, jeez. Trump's doing it anyway. Caught me in a lie. Oh, well. Fuck you. I still have the poverty class. I feed very well. I've still got my business class loyal to me. I feed very well. And you working stupid fucks are underneath me. What are you going to do? I'm caught. So what? Is this my last term? Fuck you. I got my time. I don't give a shit. I got millions. I'm moving to the States if this don't work out. They all have the same answer. They don't give a fuck. Oh, well, caught me. And I heard it last night on Twitter. The sickness. Well, we're going to get her out. Just like Jason Kenney. We're going to get him out now. but I got ridiculed for 4 years and 3 years almost now of Danielle Smith. Ridiculed, run down. Oh, she was a liar the whole time. Don't worry, we're making a movement to replace her too. Replace. But those years of thievery continue. Have you not figured it out yet? Donald J. Trump gives you the best offering, best gift in the world. Mike Phillip was right, as he was right all those years ago. Mark my words, Dave. And he's a religious fella. He's a pastor now. He's changed his life a lot. And, you know, I remember he put his hand on my shoulder and said, you know, bless you, Dave. And I'm going to help you and support you. I understand what you're going through. But mark my words, come full circle. You'll be 51st state. You'll see me on this journey you've started now. You will see me. And he called me last night. Well, I called him back. I mean, he was messaging me. We haven't talked for quite a while. And I said, oh, shit, Mike, you know. And after that Twitter space, I got pounded on a little bit by Canadians. And I can see, oh, no, it's my way. It's this way. And it's always Canada. And it's like, they don't even understand the narcissism, the childishness. And I see that they're miles behind where I'm at. And it's okay. You can't change everybody. I don't look to force anything on people, but I will deliver this truth. I will present this party and platform. But folks, most are sick. They need to be introduced to the truth. And I'm sad to say that we're in for mighty pain. We're going to see the first round, which isn't even the end-all and be-all, this first round of pain. I'll get the numbers as they are where it's hitting. And then it's sad, and a couple weeks after that, I have to announce another wave. And then 3 weeks after that, I hit another wave of it. Doesn't end. It is literally absolutely destructive, and your country's going to lie to you. Your premier's going to lie to you. We're a building project. We borrow billions against you. Your fucking children. You're eating your children right now. We've borrowed so much money. We're going to do all this infrastructure to get where? Straight to China. Oh, yeah. China and Beijing. All of those bricks. Heavy socialist. Heavy 15-minute city absolutes. Oh, yeah. But don't worry. Don't worry. It's not going to really affect you that bad. You'll be just fine. We're not really communist. We're just massively socialist. And Canadians will believe it. You'll believe it to the point you're at the breadlines. Most of you. You will let it get that bad. Just like the Jews of the Holocaust. They'll be putting bands on your arm and you'll have your password. You can't leave your community or you won't get your bowl of soup and dry bread tonight. Where were you? You got to go through the checkpoint. You're not allowed to leave. There's only limited resources in Canada. Do you want your heating material tonight? We'll turn off your gas valve. Oh, yeah. Canadians go, oh, no, you're being dramatic. It won't happen. Oh, yeah. Well, it's all that's ever happened in history with lunatic populations who follow lunatic leaders. Right down to the absolute epitome of mankind. To the point you're a boiled frog. And sadly, many, many will, just like those Jews, even when they were being trained to the concentration camps, even getting unloaded. And can you imagine the smoke billowing over your head? You can smell the rot of flesh. And they were still walking. Boiled frogs. That's how bad it could get in Canada. And don't tell me for 1 minute it couldn't get there. A majority of Canadians will gladly walk that far, gleefully, if it means a free piece of dry, crusty bread. And the quality and condition of life will continue to erode, and you will leave your children with nothing. You might as well say to your grandkids, it's game over. Why even have grandchildren? I'm sorry, but this is a truthful, credible, real video. And the days of lying and denying, you do that to yourself. You do that in your circles, but don't come on my feeds and post. It's all a lie. It's not a lie. America knows you better than you know yourself. They've seen you dozens and dozens of times over many decades. They've seen you for what you are many times. natural trait of humanity. America fights hard in everything they are to never be that, to never be exposed to it. And they almost lost it just in the last election. Donald Trump almost lost it. Do you think he didn't know about all the Canadian and British polling companies that took over all of America's polling contracts? You don't think he doesn't see the financial attack on America instituting itself into the United States, but yet the United States isn't doing that outward? Do you not think he doesn't see the absolute foreign interference? And he's going, this country who said they were our friend is nothing but our enemy. This country over there, a bunch of these European countries are nothing but our enemies, and they almost got us. They almost defeated us. America's Constitution barely held. The civics of the average American rang true. Not in Canada, as you can see. We fold like a paper airplane. Look at it. Look at it. Look at how many seats collapsed in 2 weeks. Oh, Trump. Oh, no, I don't want to face reality. Help me, master. Whip me, beat me, smash me in the face. Just give me that dry bread. Give me that liquid soup, shit soup. I'll eat it. At least it's a bowl of soup. Heaven forbid I have to go forge my own. Change my reality. Try something real. Be free. Be responsible. Be accountable. No. Don't shatter my delusion. This is truth. Credible, real, verifiable. Share it to everybody you know. This is a strong, real message of truth. At the heart of it, where we're about to take steps irreversible for the United States of America. They won't look back. And if we let this go to April 15th, 2026, Americans will enjoy the rich reward of tariffs and lower taxes and their new reality of, hey, we don't have to pay the taxes. Everybody else does. I like that. Who wouldn't love that? Tell me an American person or a working person, any person working, who wouldn't like that? Would say, yeah, that's better. You took the weight off my back. You put it on theirs. Those who take advantage of me, those who want to destroy me, those who hate me. That's my video. Share. You will own nothing and you will be happy, apparently. That's the greatest lie ever told by the socialist fascist state. God bless. Bye now. I know a lot of friends and followers don't think like this. This video is for all those who don't know. Bye now.